What is the fascia? And the 3 fundamental techniques for the movement philosophy of fascial maneuvers. The fascia is the thin sheath connective tissue right below our skin, and it's from the top of our head to the tip of our toes. If you've ever seen kids play with either like Play-Doh or slime, it's like a web, and we have it absolutely everywhere. And it houses our muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, as well as memory and emotions. It also controls our movement patterns, while simultaneously observing the external stimuli and the internal stimuli to report back and forth to the brain in real time. Powerful stuff. So an example of it is, if our fascia becomes tight and restricted here, so does everything above and below. It is the unwinding of this connective tissue that has the ability to create space to perform better, breathe better, sleep better, improve digestion, just to name a few. So let's get into the first fundamental technique for fascia maneuvers, and that is the spinal pelvic lock. It simply is pulling in the belly button as if there was a string here, and simultaneously pulling up your reproductive organs and holding it as if you're going to the bathroom, not going to the bathroom. You hold this during any of the movements that we do. Now, at any point, if you do forget it or you don't pull it in place, not a big deal. You can always re-engage it. You'll be able to get to the point where you hold it for an entire class at any point. We also do this where it simply is the starting point. It's the base. It's our locked in position to ensure that we are engaging the fascia and not any of the muscles. Number 2, we use breathing, 3 different types. The first one being bringing air in through the nose, which fills up this part of the body. So fills the diaphragm, the chest, neck, head, all the way up to the top here. Or mouth breathing fills up the diaphragm down to the pelvic floor. And the third one, which is staged breathing, is the most impactful one, for it fills the entire body up. And we're using breath work as our therapist. For the more you can fill up, and the more the discharge and release will be. Pretty powerful as well, isn't it? And at any point, if you sort of forget the cueing of where you're at in the breath work, pick one of them up and it will be impactful. The third one is the pin and lock of the fascia. So we're going to use the arm again. So as I grab, hold it in place, the skin, and gently either pull up or down, we're now moving and creating that counter rotation. What is common to happen from here is releases could be yawning, could be a cough, a sneeze, bone realignment, cracking of certain parts of the body as well. Everything is compensating in real time. Another great part with these fascia maneuvers is we'll use my head as the example here, and pulling it apart and holding and pinning that in place. No sliding. We're not sliding. Pin, separate, breathe, and notice what happens. So those are what fascia is and the 3 fundamental techniques for the movement philosophy fascia maneuvers.